found you waiting by the well, unexpected. You were always there. Tracing all my steps, so light up the weight of your heart. Move me like you do the mountains, move me like you do the wind. And I chase your voice through the dark, fix my eyes on the unexpected, in the wonder of your shadow step. So take another step. You never left and lost, forsaken. Your mercy paves the road ahead, unexpected. You were always good. You were always good. So light up the weight of your heart. Move me like you do the mountains, move me like you do the wind. And I chase your voice through the dark, fix my eyes on the unexpected, in the wonder of your shadow stare. I can't explain your heart, or did it trace out all you are? But when I think about the road you took for love, I knew your grace would stay the path. So light up the weight of your heart. Move me like you do the mountains, move me like you do the wind. And I chase your voice through the dark, fix my eyes on the unexpected, in the wonder of your shadow stare. And I won't be afraid. In every way, you never fail, so have your way. Hear God, and I'll sing your praise. Fix my heart to yours, ready for the unexpected, ready for what you do next. So take another step.
Joel and Maddie, good to see you guys.
Thanks.
Thanks for sharing these new United songs with us. And this song is really unique, and it's got a really unique title, Shadow Step. And when I hear this song, of course, a little bit of the lyric is interpretation, but man, I just hear like this message of like God's all pursuing love for us, like He's chasing us and coming for us. It's so encouraging. But Joel, talk about the song a little bit, and this is one that Taya sings on the record. And but talk about this song a little bit.
Yeah, well, this song was, funnily enough, the lyric was, there was the last one to kind of fall lyrically for us, and yet almost all of the lyrics for the other songs at one point kind of worked their way through what this song was. And it's actually an amazing story because, I mean, probably 9 of the 12 songs or 13 songs that we recorded for this record, the lyrics in those at some point, at one time or another, were in this song, but then it just never felt right. And yet, it was almost like God used this song as like to be very difficult to pull together, even though it came super easy and it's a very simple song, to help the process of the others. And I can't explain that. I mean, Maddie would be able to tell you I was always working on the lyrics to this song, and I never had it. But really the shadow step. I mean, it's a picture of following God. Just that's really what it means to me. It's like I don't want to walk out of step with what God is doing, so I want you to lead the way, and I'm going to walk in the shadow of who you are. And I think, you know, it's a place just on theme with the album. It's the second song. It's After Wonder. There's so much wonder to be found, not in paving our own road or trying to like do all this groundbreaking stuff on our own or try to like find all this new territory. It's always been about following Jesus. And stepping into who he is and where he is, you know. And I think we can sing about, you know, walking where our trust is without borders and all the rest of it. But really, it's the arms of God. It's just like it's walking in his shadow, and so that's kind of what it's like. That's what the song really is. There's a scripture for me that's kind of framed much of my life, and it's Proverbs 16 verse 9. It says, "In a man's heart he plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps." And our steps are ordained by the Lord. We just got to keep walking and trusting him. And so that's that's really all the song is about. It's a very simple theme. There's definitely some interesting metaphors in there, but I love the idea of the unexpected nature of God. The first verse, it says, you know, you met me at the sinner's table. And that was like for Jesus to sit with the tax collectors, and to sit that place, like it was, we don't understand, like we say it now because we know the story, but it was like mind-blowing to the religious, and it was mind-blowing to everyone around. They were like, who is this man to sit with these people? And that's where Jesus, he met us like in an unexpected place. And when he talked to the woman by the well, you know, it's like this moment of like, his disciples were like, what are you doing? Like, we don't do that. And so I think there's so much about God that is unexpected, and we should expect the unexpected. And the nature of that then is not being freaked out when things don't look like we think they should, because Jesus always did unexpected things. Everything about from his birth, where he was born, where he came from, what he looked like, it was never what people wanted. And so I think here and now, like when it comes to the church and what we're doing, how we're supposed to be living, like we got to be ready. Like God's doing stuff that doesn't fit our mindset, you know. And it's even like Romans 11, where it talks about at the end there in the doxology, and it talks about, you know, who can understand the mind of God, and it goes on, his paths are beyond tracing out. It's not our job to trace out what God is supposed to do. God traces out our steps for us, and as we walk in that, we see God's faithfulness revealed. And so that's kind of the story of the song. And again, it's one that we could have done a million different ways. I wanted it to be very slow and kind of anthemic worship song. I think that's how we'll do it. On the record, it's kind of in between. It's kind of got a bit of pace and movement to it. You could do it as an upbeat song or as an intimate worship song.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. So Joel, show us what you're playing, like the key you're playing in, some of the chords.
It's in E. I originally wrote it for me to sing, and it was in A, which was a bit high for me, but E's kind of nice for either key. So you play it in maybe in C shape. Okay, before, yeah. So it's super simple. It's just, you met me at the sinner's table. It's basically a 1, 5, 6, 4, and that's pretty much the whole song. That's the verse and the chorus. And then the pre-chorus just kind of bounces between, so it goes to the 6, 4, 5. Tracing all my steps. Does that twice, and then the chorus just rolls. It's like every song that you learnt when you were a kid learning the guitar. So, yeah, that's the whole song. And then the bridge is the only bit that's a bit different. It goes, so it goes 4, 2, 1. Oh no, that's not it. Sorry, can I do that again? So it's 4 to a 2, to 6, to the 5. Does that twice, and then the chorus again.
Yeah, I think I love this because I'm like a child of the 80s and 90s music. And
Yeah,
this
yeah.
has all the elements of those great pop rock songs. That,
It feels like that. It does. It feels like all the songs. I was laughing because when we were doing it, like I used to love that Knocking on Heaven's Door song, you know,
Yeah,
like,
right.
and it's like, Mama, take this place from me. So it's like, I felt like that's what it felt like to me when we were doing it.
Well, guys, thanks so much for coming by and sharing the song with us.
Love is shall stay.